Hello everyone, it's Joe, and this week I want to bring to you a review of a summertime fragrance. Figured I better do that before the summer ends, so stay tuned. So this week, the fragrance that I'm going to be talking to you about is Elysium from Roja Parfums. Start off here by showing you the presentation, and then I'll talk about the notes, give you my thoughts, and round it out. The fragrance is all the Pour Homme cologne versions that they have. They all come in boxes like this. I've got a couple, so there's this, and they slide open, and the fragrance just sits right inside right there. The fragrance itself, beautiful bottle. I love the gradient that they have from the top to the bottom where it becomes lighter. The cap is very heavy, and then the fragrance itself is absolutely gorgeous. So to get into the fragrance itself, let's start off and I'll tell you the notes. According to the house's website, the notes in this are lemon, bergamot, grapefruit, lime, lavender, thyme, artemisia, musk, heart notes of lily of the valley, rose de mai, jasmine de grasse, apple, blackcurrant, base notes of galbanum, pink pepper, cypriol, vetiver, cedarwood, juniper berry, benzoin, vanilla, labdanum, leather, ambergris, and musk. There's a whole lot going on in there. So the easy way to sum it up, let me spray a little on the back of my hand there. The easy way to kind of try and sum this fragrance up is to say that it is very citrusy. It's a very, very fruity, floral, but it's not feminine at all. I would say that this is securely masculine. If you've never smelled it, I think this is the #1 seller for the house, and it makes sense. It has like a very distinct but very unique fragrance, DNA. I've never smelled anything like this, but it has different facets to it that I really enjoy. So when it comes to the actual scent itself, apart from the notes and apart from the general sense of like it's kind of a fruity with a little bit of leather and vanilla in the base there, I think the way to describe the vibe of this thing would be, it's like a summertime, it's like biting into a tropical fruit in the middle of summer. You've got some bit of leather nearby, that's like maybe the fruit was sitting in a bowl that's wrapped in leather. I think I've described it that way before. And there's a little bit of wood there as well. But once this dries down, it's very creamy. So it starts out very bright, citrusy, very fruity and juicy. And as it dries down, it becomes a little bit more mellow, becomes a little bit more woodsy, a little bit more vanilla, so there's a little bit of cream in there. A very pleasant skin scent when it gets to that point. But the overall vibe of this thing is elegant summertime, I think is the best way to describe it. There's a lot of complexity going on to this, so anyone who's going to be smelling it on you is going to be thinking about it, I think, for a while. At least I would be. If I smelled this on someone else, I would be continually trying to get whiffs of it because it's such a distinctive and gorgeous scent. But it's also really hard to nail down what you're smelling in it. It's so well blended. Everything in it is just kind of cohesive as one unique scent. The places that I think I would wear this, I would wear this at actually I'm kind of debating this or another one of Roja's fragrances for my brother-in-law's wedding that's coming up here in about a month. It's an outdoor wedding, and I feel like this would be really great, especially in the summertime. I think this is appropriate for formal events. In that context, I think it'd be great. I think if you're doing something in the evening or indoors, there might be better options, but I think especially for something like an outdoor wedding, I think Elysium might be the best choice. It's just a really beautiful, bright scent. I feel like the bottle really kind of nails what the scent itself actually is. So yeah, overall I would say I like to save this for things, but I also just want to wear it because I love the smell of it. I mean, you can see I put a decent dent into it. I love this stuff. It smells so different to everything else out there. I really want to try the new one that just came out, but I had gotten a summer discovery set last year, so I've been kind of working through that, and this one was one that immediately jumped out at me before I'd even seen like reviews and stuff like that. It just immediately grabbed me. So it's hyped up, but I feel like the hype is pretty well deserved. And I feel like if you smell this, if you haven't smelled it before, if you smell this, you'll understand why. It stands apart, wholly unique in itself. It doesn't smell dated. It smells extremely modern to me. There's nothing really vintage about this scent, but it smells really high quality. I love this stuff, honestly, I really do. There are clones out there. I talked about them in a recent video. I think with a scent this special, I don't really like cloning it because I feel like it detracts from this. And I know people will say that's just, you know, me being sappy or whatever, but I do think it's the case. I think, you know, when it comes to some lower quality fragrances, designer fragrances maybe, but something like this, you can really tell the craftsmanship that went into this and the expertise that went into this. And part of the way that you can tell is when you smell the clones. So I think I talked about one, Imperium, which I'm not a fan of, and the reason why is because it's kind of hard for me to put my finger on exactly, but it feels like it ripped the soul out of this fragrance. And it smells close, but it's lacking the kind of jaw-dropping excitement that this fragrance initially gave me when I smelled it, and still gives me hints of when I smell, even though I'm used to it at this point. But I'm not sure. I think, you know, you just got to chalk that up to blending and probably the quality of the ingredients themselves. But you know, you're at a certain level here, and if they're not going to do a quality job like this, then I say just stick with the original. They sell them in travel sizes too, which I think is perfectly acceptable. You shouldn't be bathing this stuff on every day. It's a special fragrance for special occasions, I would say. So even if you got the 10 milliliter travel atomizer, that would last you for a long time if you're saving it for special occasions. So I love this stuff. I would say pick a bottle up, or if nothing else, go get the Summer Discovery set. Sample it. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous, and it'll turn the heads of everyone around you, just because it is such a unique, gorgeous scent. I wish I could describe it better, but honestly, the vibe for me, this one feels like stuff that I would smell people. I know I keep returning to this because I kind of want to just paint an accurate picture. If you've ever been to Maui or Hawaii, they have all of these like really hoity-toity resorts, and I'm familiar with Maui. I've been there a few times, and there's the Four Seasons, this beautiful, stunning hotel, and it's expensive, as you can imagine. And this is what I would imagine people are wearing when they are there. Just this kind of like beautiful, elegant, luxurious scent. It just is fitting of that kind of atmosphere. So that's like, I think the best way to describe it. When I'm wearing it, that's kind of the way I feel. I feel very, it kind of takes me to Maui. It's this like tropical fragrance. So I love it a lot. I think everyone should smell it. It's obviously going to be a pretty small wedge of people who actually have smelled it, because it is a niche fragrance. You pretty much have to order online. I don't know if there's anywhere around here in the Pacific Northwest where you can actually smell it in a store. So order a sample, buy the Discovery set from Roja's website. It's got 5 other amazing scents in there as well. You're sure to like one of them, but if you're anything like me, this one will probably end up being one of your favorites. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.